Here's the number one misconception I oftentimes see when working or talking to medical affairs teams who want to apply AI to analyze insights across field medical, med info, and other data sources. So that misconception typically tends to be that AI is this magical god that with one click, it will do everything perfectly to 99% accuracy and surface the exact, gaps and opportunities that your team can tackle. While that outcome is actually possible, the reality is that to get to that outcome, there is steps and foundational building blocks that have to be in place in order to enable that. So for example, let's say I'm field medical and med info, and from a high-level strategic perspective, I'm interested in identifying any sort of patterns, whether it's to do with the HCP profiles. Are they tier 1, tier 2? Are they community? Are they academic? Are there particular subsegments of HCPs that tend to be associated with certain data gaps or potential medical education gaps that I'm gathering across field medical and med info, right? If we wanted to be able to exactly map that out in order to then determine how to allocate our resources accordingly and also be able to measure our impact truly over time by closing those gaps, here's what you would need to do to get there. What you can't do is take just a bunch of all of these free text notes, all of the med info inquiries, and press a button and AI will just do all of that for you. You really have to break that down into a proper process and the right foundational steps to get there. And here's at a high level how that journey typically looks like for a medical affairs team. So step number one, you want to make sure that free text data you have, whether it's a med info inquiry, whether it is field medical, whether it is your ad board notes, first, you want to make sure that data gets transformed. That could mean labeled, categorized, formatted in such a way to be able to make it easy for AI to analyze. So how that typically works is you would want to take those free text notes and leverage tools like tech or AI to transform those notes and extract insights, label and categorize them accordingly, pull in data around the HCP, like their region, number of publications, number of tweets, are they academic, are they community, etc. So what you're effectively doing in that step is you're taking this kind of messy data and you're transforming it into something just a little bit more structured, but it is still in a way free text, right? So once you establish that foundation, and typically that happens for one channel, right? Let's say field medical. Once you have a robust process there that you've automated, then after that, what you have to do is you have to apply more AI and train custom AI models off of that data that are able to take in all of those different components, academic versus community, the different trends, right, that come out of all of that data, the different categorizations, and what it is that you're looking to identify. What gap are you looking to identify? What positive outcome are you looking to identify? Is it sentiment? Are certain HCP profiles more receptive or more easily understand your engagement educational efforts versus others? Once you've defined what that outcome looks like, then you have to train a custom AI model to be able to take that data that's not messy anymore and convert that into an actual magical result where you can click a button and it can map out all of these different profiles and show you that, nurse practitioners struggle with this topic and these are the trends that come up most with that, while, academic oncologists are more receptive to this topic but then struggle with this topic, right? So ultimately you can achieve this magical experience when it comes to AI, but the reality is you have to have solid foundational processes in place, and there are multiple AI steps, so to speak, required to ultimately get there. So to kind of summarize, the biggest misconception I oftentimes see is that there's this belief that in a way you can just simply set up AI and then it works from the get-go. The reality is that AI is a general tool. You can apply it 5 million different ways, and while you can use things like AI for, fun little demos that demo well, in order to actually deliver true ROI when it comes to AI, you need to take a step-by-step approach. And accuracy is the most important thing when it comes to medical affairs, or quite frankly, anything that the life science industry does. And that's why that approach is so critical.